covering news that matters. Fox 23 News at 6 starts right now.
A massive human smuggling bust with Oklahoma ties is shining a light on how bad and how big this problem is. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Rick Marinon. We told you about the bust earlier this week, where one of the main people in the case is actually in an Oklahoma prison. In a Fox 23 exclusive, Fox 23's Devin Lyon is live tonight in studio with what the AG's Director of Human Trafficking told him about the efforts to combat both trafficking and smuggling in Oklahoma.
That's right. I spoke to the Attorney General's Director of Fighting Human Trafficking in this state. He also has experience around the world. What he described to me sounded like a war happening right under our noses. Is human trafficking a problem in Oklahoma?
Massive problem.
Kevin Metcalf works with State Attorney General Gittner Drummond. He heads the Human Trafficking Response Unit. After our story aired earlier this week on a massive smuggling bust with Oklahoma ties, Kevin flew in from New York to help inform people about human smuggling in Oklahoma. Fox 23 brought you coverage of this announcement made in California from federal law enforcement, where the leaders of one of the world's largest human smuggling rings were arrested. Federal authorities say they had smuggled more than 20,000 people into the country, and one of their drivers, Jose Paxtor Ola, was in an Oklahoma prison. Metcalf was not involved with the bust, but he says it shows how smuggling and trafficking is a problem right here in Oklahoma.
Well, this is a common problem, and one of the things that my job entails is public education. So there were a couple of polls done here in Oklahoma a year or so ago asking, is human trafficking a problem? And about 80-something% said yes. And then a little bit later, there's another question, is human trafficking a problem here in Oklahoma? And only about 21% of the people said, yeah, it's a problem here in Oklahoma. We always think of it as a problem somewhere else.
Like you said, we feel like that's not happening here. But I get the feeling that you weren't surprised to see that.
Absolutely not. Let's go back to trafficking. Bringing all these people in, there are people wanting to profit off of them when they get here. You got a lot of people that are here illegal in this country, get them over here, take their documents, and then look at Oklahoma, agriculture. Look at how many slaughterhouses we have, how many poultry processing plants we have. We have a lot of things here where they can really blend in, or the cannabis industry. So no, there wasn't really a shock to see an Oklahoma tie.
It almost sounds like, can smuggling lead to possible trafficking as well?
Absolutely.
That's the overlap you're talking about.
That's the overlap. Mm-hmm. Now, smuggling in and of itself is not, it's not trafficking, but so what are they being smuggled for? That can be another question. And that I don't have the answer to. I didn't look at this, but if you're looking at 20,000 people, I wouldn't be shocked to see that there was some human trafficking involved in that after they got into the country, but I can't say for sure. We're looking at money on both ends of the spectrum. Okay. Smugglers get paid to bring somebody into the country so they can go about their business. Trafficking is where some person profits off of the, let's say, work, or in a lot of cases it's sex, but they'll profit off of the activities of another person. And that's, you know, so they're both financially driven, and there can be overlap.
I want to ask you the same question that you guys put on that poll. Is human trafficking a problem in Oklahoma?
Massive problem.
How so? What's the extent?
It's a problem everywhere. It's as old as humanity. It's around, and it will continue to be around. You see a lot of these groups that say we're here to end human trafficking. Well, that's not going to happen ever, but we can do a lot better, and we have to do a lot better.
I did have a very long conversation with Kevin about this case, the fight against human trafficking in Oklahoma, and what he believes everyone needs to be aware of. That full interview is on our YouTube page. You can find the link on fox23.com. Live in studio, covering news that matters, Devin Lyon, Fox 23 News.
We reached out to the U.S. Attorney's Office to see if and when Paxtor Ola will be prosecuted on these federal charges. We will let you know when we hear back.